and we're joined by Elijah and Tyrone, the truth.
The truth tellers, but
You're back. So I want to start with some football headlines of the week. I want to start off with what happened in Bulgaria, the racism scandal. Obviously today the Bulgarian coach stepped down after his comments saying that he didn't hear no monkey chants apparently. Jermaine, I know you feel very strong about what happened. What you got to say?
yeah. At the time I was quite disappointed that the players didn't walk off the pitch. We was talking in the group chat, and I was at the time I was livid. I was furious because the fact that the England players came out a week before and said that if they hear any chants, they're not even going to wait for the first protocol. They're going to just walk off as a team. And Harry Kane and Tammy Abraham spoke about it in the press. So for them not to do that, I was a bit frustrated, a bit angry about that. But they also showed a way of unity and showing by sticking together on the pitch and basically taking it to that. I think it's the second protocol.
Yeah.
It went to the second protocol, and almost the third protocol where the game would have been abandoned. By the players doing that, it just shows that racists won't win. Racist people won't win. You see the people leave the stadium. It's great. It's great leadership as well from Harry Kane as well, and that kind of made me proud as well. That kind of made me proud that we went on to win the game and we gave him a good drubbing as well. So yeah, I was proud of that, and I'm sure. Yeah, by recent, obviously today, you had I think the Prime Minister as well came out as well, and I don't know if he stood down, but obviously the manager as well come out today and stood down as well. Rightly so, because I believe he did hear some stuff, and he's just lying about it. So yeah,
you can hear it on the TV. How could he not hear it?
Yeah, if you can hear it on the TV, you got Gareth Southgate going over and telling the full official that you can hear it as well. I don't know how a guy standing right behind them, right in front of them, can't hear it. So I think it's just it's rubbish, if you ask me. But yeah.
I mean, did you watch the game?
Yeah, I saw the highlights again. And I saw this, and I think you're right. I think the players should have just I think the players as a team, as a unit, should have said no, and just down tools. Do you know what I mean?
Here's a question, real quick. Why does it only happen in football, but you don't see it ever in a big arena in boxing or in rugby, cricket? Like it just never happens. Crazy. Only in football.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's crazy. Terrorist. I mean, me as a lad, I used to go to the terrace in the 80s. You know, when it was rife. You know, rife, and it's disgusting, isn't it? You know, like you think now in this day and age, it's still going on. Do you know? Yeah. And as far as you're concerned, like on the football terraces, why it's like that, I don't know. I really don't. I couldn't put my finger on that one. But I do think as a team, as a unit, you know what I mean, if one person gets insulted like that, the rest should just show your support. Don't bring back that.
Tyrone.
Yeah, I think for me, they should have just until something actually gets done that's drastic, like walking off the pitch or like I don't know, scoring an own goal, something silly like that, something that actually changes the outcome of the game. I think it's going to continue, because it's all well and good talking about it and condemning it, but it's not going to change those people going to those games and doing it.
So you make a statement.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you've seen it throughout the history. Whenever something needs to change, there's always been an action that's determined that change. There's never talking. Does nothing.
No. Yeah.
Like you can look at the politics now with wars and things like that. People will say, "Oh, we got to talk." Talking is not going to stop them doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's only when action happens that's when something happens.
Yeah,
100%.
Even maybe the supporters, you know, like the supporters turn their back. You know, imagine if you're in an arena and all the fans have said, "No, we're not going to watch this now," and you just turned your back, on the game. You know, that's a statement, isn't it? That's saying that as a team, as a unit, as supporters, we're not condemning that as wrong.
What I like that they did was, for the first time I've never seen it, is they put the camera on the actual people who were doing the monkey chants. So just in case CCTV didn't, you got them on camera as well. And then during the week, 6 have been arrested so far. It's not enough because 50 got ejected out of the stadium and only 6 got arrested. But hopefully more investigations happen, they catch more of them.
I do think they're a little bit. I do think they're trying to keep on top of it more so. But then again, are they? Or are they just making out they are? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think they only let you know what they want you to know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You know.
Of course. Let's move on to this weekend's Premier League games. So let's start off with Everton West Ham kick-off tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Both not doing that well this season. Jermaine, I know you're not the biggest fan of West Ham's team. What do you think?
I think West Ham will win this game away from home. Not playing in front of their home fans, probably not the pressure and not expected to win. Everton spent a lot of money in this summer and not doing too great.
Is that it for the manager if they lose tomorrow?
For Everton?
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
manager to be sacked?
Well,
Let's say
here's
a scenario.
That's what happens on Sunday.
Everton, United and Tottenham all lose this weekend. Who's going to be the first manager to go?
Solskjaer.
Think so?
Yeah, Solskjaer. I said this already.
Tyrone.
But sticking to the Everton game, it's a massive game for them. They're playing at home. Early kick-off. The fans are going to get behind them. They're expected to win. But West Ham, for me, is going to be a tough game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 West Ham win. If it's the last game for the Everton manager, then so be it. But yeah, this is a massive game for them. And for me, they have to win at home. So yeah, but West Ham win for me.
Yeah, I agree. Yarmolenko's on form at the moment for West Ham. He scored the goal as well against Spain in midweek. He's coming off. He's bouncing back off with confidence. Everton right now they're just not gelling together. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3-1. Tyrone?
West Ham win 2-0. I think they're just strong and collective, more collectively together as a team than Everton. So I think they almost beat United or something. So
Nothing new there, Elijah.
Well, yeah, probably West Ham to nick it 1-0. I think it'll be scrappy. They don't. West Ham, they had a good win against Man United, you know. I just had to get that one in there. But it'll be a 1-0 to them.
Let's not live in the past.
Danny, what do you think?
Me, yeah, West Ham.
West Ham.
Yeah, do you know another thing? I just think sometimes now, like the last, say, 3 years, I think the managers are changing the chemistry of that club. Do you know what I mean? Not just West Ham, but like clubs. When I was a lad, clubs had a certain way of playing. Do you know, Chelsea had a certain way of playing. Arsenal had a certain way of playing. United had a certain way of playing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I think over the last 3 or 4 years, I think that not just because not the manager, because there's a lot of pressure on the manager, but they try and change the chemistry of that club, and I think that's where it goes wrong. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why some clubs have such, like, one season's amazing and the next minute they got this downfall, because like they're trying to change the chemistry of that club. You know what I mean? And certain clubs have a certain way. Do you know what I mean? And I think West Ham and Everton are two clubs like that. I think West Ham and Everton both have a specific way of playing, and I think over the last few years they're trying to alter the chemistry of that club. You know, because I can remember as a boy back in the day, like Trevor Brooking and West Ham, and that, it was solid, man. They was like, do you know what I mean? And Everton was solid, you know. And I think it's a sad thing to see when the chemistry changes.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I think West Ham win that.
So your local team tomorrow against it's Bournemouth against a team that's actually done really well. Shocked me by coming up is Norwich.
Yeah, Norwich. Yeah, wow.
How can you see this game?
Well, I'm gonna go for the Cherries winning it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win for Bournemouth.
I could actually see a 1-1 draw.
Yeah,
I think
man,
it will be an even game. Both doing so well. Both attacking wise are doing great. Norwich, I think, defensive wise, I think ahead of Bournemouth. But Bournemouth's midfield at the moment are doing brilliant. Really young team as well. I think a 1-1 tomorrow.
I'm going to go for a Bournemouth win.
Woo! Yeah, so we like it.
It's something about Bournemouth when they're at home as well. I mean, small ground, it reminds me a little bit like Highbury. Callum Wilson should be fresh. Didn't play for England midweek. Yeah, I just think they got a lot going forward. And Norwich have showed the way. I don't know if they played against Villa or away from home last week or 2 weeks ago, and they lost heavily as well. I don't know. I think they're on the slide a bit now. Obviously, they had a great start to the season now, and they're just.
You think the honeymoon period's
Yeah,
over?
honeymoon period's coming to an end now. So
Yeah.
no, I'm going to go for a Bournemouth win. I'm going to go for another 2-1 win though. I think Norwich will score.
Alright.
What's that guy's name? The striker for Norwich.
Pookie.
Pookie.
You like that
He's
guy,
my. Listen, he's made my what's it called? My fantasy football. Listen, he's giving me joy watching fantasy football. I don't normally watch it. Now every week I'm checking that he's scoring.
So he's got for Norwich.
Yeah. So for me, it's 2-1. He has to score 2 minimum.
Okay.
Nah, come on. Bournemouth to win this. We know this already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just the players. Eddie Howe,
Yeah.
if
Great
Klopp
manager.
ever left Liverpool, I'd so love him. The way he plays the football, the style, the players, like...
That's a massive jump.
No, but look, managers have done it before, so...
But you know what, with Eddie Howe, the passion's there.
Yeah.
He loves the
He
club,
as well.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he understands the club. Do you see what I'm saying? So just
Yeah.
before we had the conversation on West Ham and Norwich, West Ham and Everton, you know, you've got Eddie Howe there, the passion he's got for Bournemouth, and he knows Bournemouth. And I think he's holding that chemistry there, and that's what it's about, isn't it? You know?
So we got Aston Villa versus Brighton. Do you know what? Brighton ain't that bad at the moment playing away. They were very unlucky at the bridge as well. They could have a few times they could have scored.
We're getting some funny looks here, people.
But,
comments aren't getting that one.
but I'm going with Villa 2-1 win.
That should be a good game though, you know. Brighton, obviously, for me, they didn't play well against Chelsea. You guys won convincingly.
They had
I
one
love their
chance
form.
that they could have equalised.
Yeah, but for me, Chelsea were always going to win that game. They defended poorly as well. Brighton against Tottenham as well. I love the result they got against Tottenham. They were on the high. But no, I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I think it'll be a draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Yeah, Villa, good going forward, but a bit vulnerable at the back. And I think Brighton showed last week with Connolly as well. And he got 2 against Tottenham and they can score goals as well. So I'm going for 1-1.
Alright.
Yeah, I agree with that actually. You know, I see them both cancelling out each
I think
other.
we're all sitting on the fence for this
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I can't see any like big impact either way. So I would say there's a draw, like either 0-0 or 1-1.
I'm thinking the same, actually. I'm thinking...
Yes.
I think there'll be goals in this, actually. So I'm going to go 2-2, actually. 2-2 in this one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to. It's going to be a hard game. I think both are going to fight for it. I think you're right. I think it's a draw. It's a draw. Maybe a couple. I don't know about 2 goals. Maybe a goal each. Or even just maybe a boring 0-0.
Might be, you never know. So Chelsea versus Newcastle. Bells and whistles will be there outside the stadium interviewing the fans. Do you know what? Newcastle coming off that amazing win against Man United. I think.
We've got some chuckling going on there.
I think at the beginning of the season, Newcastle fans turned already on Steve Bruce. They said it was the wrong appointment. But the Longstaff brothers have given Newcastle a breath of fresh air. These are the type of players that Newcastle needs. They need to tie these kids down to a long contract. But it ain't going to be enough to beat Chelsea. So I think 3-1 Chelsea, Tammy Abraham hat-trick.
Ooh, Tammy Abraham hat-trick. You always say that. You know, Newcastle record at Stamford Bridge is not too bad. You know, you remember the Pape Cisse.
Yeah, good for him.
we got for that game.
Good for
Good
him.
reminded you there. I think Chelsea going forward too much strength and depth. Mason Mount, they need to Callum Hudson-Odoi score for England on 21.
sure he'll start tomorrow.
I'm sure he'll play tomorrow as well.
Willian.
Yeah, Willian. They got, so many players. Giroud as well. He's off the bench. They need to.
Your favourite player, Jorginho. So.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go for 3-1 Chelsea. It's great, like you said, for the Longstaff brothers who are playing for Newcastle. I believe, like, obviously, when you had Andy Carroll, local lad Geordie, you get that passion every week, and he knows what it means for the fans and for the club to put on a shirt every week and go out there and perform. So it's always great. Yeah, it's always great to have someone like a local lad coming through. But for me, 3-1 Chelsea. Yeah, I just think they're too strong.
Tyrone?
3-2 Newcastle.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, because I think they've beaten United. They've shown that they have some sort of flair. They've got a solid midfield that can help the back, and your strike force is good, but there's still it's in a potential stage. They're not like the height.
Yeah,
they haven't reached
defense ain't
that
that great at the moment.
and so I think Newcastle winning United, that's a big jump for them. That's like a dream within a dream. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, for me, I think they've got that confidence and going to take it into the Chelsea game. and they're going to surprise. I think at first maybe it'll be like 2-1 to Chelsea first half, and then second half they come back and score last minute goal 3-2 to Newcastle.
Would you put £1 note on that though?
100%.
3-2 Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get that. Oh, wow. I don't hear craziness. That's amazing. Oh wow. Elijah.
You know what? I actually think you're gonna lose this game. You know. I feel like you've been so up or down, and I don't know. I feel like it'll be all nice, all rosy, 1-0 at half time. But I think Newcastle will come back. You know. I think they'll just nick it. It'll be 2-1 to them.
2-1.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-2, but I'm going the other way.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like it, Danny. I like it.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, I do. I think it's going to be a right battle myself.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'll be a battle from the off. I really do. I think Newcastle will come in this with a lot of ambition, and I definitely think it's going to be a strong game. I think there will be a lot of dramas in the second half. I don't think first half. I think you're right there. I think the first half will be quite neck and neck, and I think it's all going to happen in the second half. There'll be some dramas.
Let's hope.
Yeah, it'll be a good game.
Let's hope you're right. Leicester versus Burnley. Leicester at the moment are on fire. Tyrone, you asked last week. At the moment, form-wise, who will finish top 4? I think Leicester can do that if they carry on with this form.
Yeah.
I can actually see a big scoreline there, like a 4-0.
Yeah, I mean,
Burnley's defence ain't that great.
Yeah, but they got good strength. Like I said, that guy Barnes, I think his
Ashley
name.
Barnes.
Yeah. He's Barnes and Pookie, top goal scorers, mate, and that only cost me 5 points.
I think it's
Oh, we're talking about your fantasy football.
I'm
Okay, here we go.
telling you, listen, if you got them, you don't need Guerrero, you don't need no one. Trust me, top goal scorers.
no.
Listen, I'll put £5 on that guy scoring.
Okay, we'll
Oh,
see.
wow.
We'll see.
Oh, wow.
For me, a Leicester win for me. I'm going to go for 3-1 here.
3-1.
Jamie Vardy, they've just got so much going forward. Like Madison's going to play tomorrow as well. They're playing at home, and for me, it's close to it's close to a year anniversary since they lost the owner. I think that galvanised them as well, because that guy was a great man for them, lifted the club, drew them on to becoming Premier League champions, and he was loved by the players. I think they're going to put on a performance tomorrow to remember his name, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 Leicester win.
2-2. I see Leicester scoring goals. I see Burnley scoring goals and nicking it, just at the death. But yeah, I see it as a draw, and I see like either 2-2 or 3-3. I see loads of goals in it. I think Leicester will first half will just have the momentum, but Burnley they'll come back and it will end up 2-2 or 3-3.
Going Leicester 2-0. You know. I don't really fancy Burnley away from home these days, to be honest. Even though the season's just started, so Leicester to win it 2-0.
Sounds like Burnley made you lose a couple of accumulators along the way.
They might have done, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I've got to agree with that, Leicester. Yeah, I was going to say 2-0. I think they're going to have a flying start, and I think the second half they're going to sit on that.
Jermaine's favourite team, Spurs. It's Watford. Do you know what? I think they'll come back from that loss against Brighton. I think they actually will batter Watford, because at the moment Watford are just absolutely terrible. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. The team's just not gelling anymore. I think this manager ain't gonna last, even though he just came back. I could see a 3-0 Tottenham.
I can see this being the same sort of scoreline when they gave Crystal Palace a good job in at White Hart Lane. I'm going to go for 5-1. 5-1 Spurs. Watford, for me, we should have. I've been an Arsenal fan. We played them at Vicarage Road a few weeks back. We should have really destroyed them. We were all over them. We didn't take our chances, and they got back into the game with poor defending. I don't think this would be the matter with Spurs. They'll be desperate to get back and win away. Obviously, losing two games on the bounce heavily as well. Playing at home as well. The fans will get behind them. I think it's going to go 5-1. I'm going to go for Son to get a hat trick as well.
I think it's going to be 2-1 to Spurs. I think Son again.
Is he in your fantasy team?
No, he's not.
Ah,
I can't
no,
afford him.
okay.
I can't afford him.
All right, fair enough.
Technical. But no, I think Spurs just got too much power in their squad. They're not gelling too well, but they've still got individuals that can score like out of the blue. Like so for me, like Song or Kane or Eriksen will come on from the bench and just score top goal in like top bins last minute. So yeah, I think they've got too much firepower for Watford. So and at home as well. So.
You know what? I'm gonna go against all of you guys. Watford, yeah. Watford to actually nick it at the end, and it'll be like, oh my gosh. But because when you look at Spurs this season, like they just look different. Pochettino's been saying it himself. He's like the squad just don't seem together as they do usually. I mean, when you look against, especially in that Brighton game, it's like the defense. What's going on? So I feel like this is just gonna mount the pressure on him. I reckon that Watford, they're going to get the victory that they need, and it's going to be like...
Winning the FA Cup.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, 1-0 to Watford for me.
Wow.
That'd be alright.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going for Spurs. Yeah. I'm going to go for like different score. I'm going for 1-0. So, I think it'd be a strong game. I think either team got a bit to prove on that. I think Watford are going to fight for it. But I do believe that Watford are a prime example of like a Premier League. It's, when it starts going wrong, it goes wrong. It's true though, isn't it? Like all these clubs, it doesn't matter who you are neither. You know, some of the top draw. If it goes wrong, it starts going wrong.
Yeah, just look at United.
Yeah.
Wolves versus Southampton. So Southampton coming off that 4-1 loss to Chelsea, and Wolves that shocking 2-0 win over Man City. I think 2-1 Wolves for this one.
You know what? I'm going for a draw here. I think Wolves are going to be complacent. Obviously, beating Man City, and their home record this season has been very poor at Molyneux. I'm going to go for 1-1. Southampton probably a bit better away from home because their ground is very poor. St Mary's lost quite a lot of games. Bournemouth beat them as well, 3-1 at their home as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-1 draw here. Yeah, 1-1.
I'm gonna go for 3-0 Wolves. I think they've learned to be compact and
Watch the
counter-attack.
bookies tomorrow. This man's making some statements, people. Do you know what I mean? I hope you're listening because I'll be like following this man. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I think they've learned to be compact and counter-attack, and they've done it against a very good team, like one of the best attacking teams
I
in the
think you
Premier
know
League.
something we don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, he's top of the fantasy group, so
I'm a solution architect, so I can tell the whole.
I'm taking all this in. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I'm going for 3-0 Wolves, and plus they're at home as well. So yeah, I think that's me.
Yeah, 2-0 Wolves for me, really. I don't think Southampton will get the goals. Just like, apart from Ings, like, he really is getting the goals for them. So, yeah, 2-0 Wolves for me.
Yeah, to be frank, I'm going to be like pretty boring and agree on that one. Maybe 2-1. You know what I mean? Or maybe they have that final little bling for it.
So Palace versus City, what I've been hearing all week is 3-4-0. I need to go against everyone that's been saying that. 5-0 City. 5-0 straight up. 5-0.
I'm going to give them a bit of I'm going to go for 4-0 Man City. They can't score a goal. They can't hit a barn door. Honestly, that.
Say it as it is. Come on. Say this.
Their strikers,
Come on.
they got no.
I'm just waiting for this man now. I'm just like, I know where the score's at.
Yeah, I mean, they rely on Zaha. He doesn't score enough goals. That's for me the reason. Yeah, that's the reason why we probably didn't sign him as well. He doesn't score enough goals. Benteke doesn't play. If he does play, he's scared to get in the box and score goals. City losing against Wolves, I think they're going to bounce back 4-0. Sterling, Jesus, and Guerrero for me.
Here we go. Cool.
I saw this, and the first thing I saw was 17:30. I'm going for 1-7, so 7-1 to Man City.
Wow.
I'm actually going to put a quid on that. Everything you said tonight, that is the one.
Like they've just been scoring for fun. When it's against poor teams, they're like winning like 5-0, 6-0. So 7-1 to me, and I'll have what's his name? Crystal Palace. Zaha scoring that only goal as well.
Okay.
So that's
Is he on your team?
no, never. That guy barely scored. So yeah.
Elijah?
Yeah, just Man City. I mean, they're gonna come back. I'm going 5-1 to them. Really. I think Palace will get the first goal, but then City will just blow and the goals will just come through. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a win. I mean, I couldn't even put the goals on. It's gonna be.
Yeah. We're running out of time, so I want Elijah and Tyrone to debate about this because it's the big one on Sunday, Man United Liverpool. Elijah, let's start with you.
Oh gosh, like, I mean, Sky Sports said when they did a combined team of Man United and Liverpool, just like
No United.
no United players, and yeah, to be honest, man, the squad's a bit. I mean, that midfield.
To be fair, I'd said one thing about that squad.
Yeah.
I would have taken out Matip and put Maguire in.
No,
Yeah,
really?
I would have.
I disagree with that.
I mean, Maguire, like, trust me, even thinking about it, really, 70 or 80 million for that? Like, don't get me wrong, he's a decent
I'm
defender.
looking at his the way he played last season.
Okay.
Not now. I'm looking at overall how he's played for Leicester, for England as well.
Yeah.
Compared to Matip, which I think is his only good season. Last season he was okay, but I think Van Dijk is making him look good. I said to Jermaine, it's
Okay.
kind of like when Gallas was next to JT.
Okay.
He made him look good, but he wasn't that great.
Okay,
That kind of thing.
yeah. I feel like Man United and Liverpool, they've kind of switched, because if you look at Liverpool now, you know, everything is just up, up, up. You guys just remind me of how we used to be, like, when I played people like Lambert up front, Barini and Balotelli, so trust me, I know the struggles, like, it's painful. Like,
They wish they had those players right
you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, I think it all started as soon as Alex Ferguson, as soon as he left.
Yeah.
And you know, you looked at that team and you think, wow, how did you manage to get that team to win the league? And then from there, just got been going down, down, down. I think the only way I kind of see you guys kind of winning the game or getting anything out of the game is being cautious. I think if you were to go toe to toe, it would be painful.
So what's your prediction?
Thinking we're going to win it 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
So
We're going to go points.
We're running out of time, though. We've got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
okay, so I'll keep it sweet. United, for me, is at the beginning when United started losing, it was so painful for me, like to see them losing so badly. But then I realized, like, it's literally they're playing reserves. There's not first. None of these guys are first team. Like, if we had a proper solid Man United team, these guys will be on the bench or at home watching the game. So it's like I can't complain too much because it's almost like their handicap. It's almost like, I don't know, boxing with one hand behind your back. You can't complain if that person loses. Do you know what I mean? Even though you can.
You got your beat.
Yeah. So for me, it's like we need. And the way we've brought players in as well, we've paid too much money for average players, and so now people know that these average players are on a lot. Any good player that we want to get in, we're going to have to find a rainbow and find a pot of gold or something. It's crazy. So we shot ourselves in the foot. So for me, the only thing I can say that I'm allowed to say is a draw. Like, that's the best.
Okay.
It's a draw. I want one draw.
Are you going to put pound on that one?
I'll lose that. Score that. 1-1.
1-1. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. Sheffield United, Arsenal. Jermaine, return of Lacazette.
Yeah, great return of Lacazette, return of Hector Bellerin as well, and Tierney will play as well. I'm a bit nervous about this game because these sort of games where Arsenal come unstuck. So hopefully, if we start the game, we'll go a few goals up, then we can hit them on the counter attack. But yeah, I'm gonna go for us to win this game, but a 2-1. But I'm a bit nervous that we might drop points in the game because you know Arsenal.
Let's hope. A few headlines that happened this week as well. The England women's team has made history. They have sold out 90,000 tickets at Wembley to face Germany.
Wow.
Unbelievable. 90,000 tickets.
And that chain. Amazing.
Yeah.
Eh?
Hopefully, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
a women's boxing match will do that in the future as well.
Definitely.
Like Frock and Groves.
A headline that major
Amazing,
card
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The other one is the FA Cup first round draw. One team will receive a bye into if they're the last team in the pot, only because of Bury going into administration.
Oh, okay.
So any team that's the last team will go directly into the second round
Yeah.
and 36k.
Lucky
So imagine
Yeah.
imagine a team like Carl Shorten or Sutton United, those kind of teams too, and Mitcham
Yeah.
go straight through.
Let's hope that happens to a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. Ronaldo this week scored his 700th career goal. I think he'll reach 1,000. I can see he's only 34. I can see this guy playing until 40.
Insane, isn't it?
Just gets
And
better.
isn't it nice when you've got a person of that sort of stature, that sort of, you know, and he's still got so much passion still, you know?
Brilliant. No,
Brilliant.
he's a role model for anyone playing football, the way he keeps himself fit.
Yeah.
You never see him abusing his body or anything like that. He's just a real role
Loves the
model.
game.
And,
Loves the game.
Amazing. Inspiration. That's all we got time for this week. Mace, Danny and Gemma, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us,
so
boys.
much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We will be there for your first fight.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Cool, hopefully.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
around
so,
February
I mean,
time, yeah.
Obviously, Gemma.
She's fighting next week at
The Queensbury
Everton Downs, Queensbury Boxing League. She's fighting for the regional title.
If people want to get tickets, how can they get tickets?
You can get them online, the Queensbury Boxing League, or get hold of Jenna because she's done no, it's true, and it's a cracking night. So, the Queensbury Boxing League is such a platform for people. Honestly, it's huge. And next week's card is amazing. It's a cracking card, so if you can get down there, it's a great venue. I don't know if you guys have been down the Epsom Racecourse. It's an amazing venue, great atmosphere. It's a fantastic night.
Fantastic. That's all we have time for this week. Tune in next week, which is our last ever show on a Friday before we move on to our special Super Sunday 2-hour shows. Next week will be a 2-hour special. We've got Super Yusuf Kamari and Robbie Chapman on the show. Thank you so much. Tune in next week.